If you've ever visited Paris, I guarantee you've been to the Place de la Concorde, the great square lined with French government buildings and monuments. The main street leading off the Place de la Concorde is the Champs-Élysées, with the Arc de Triomphe, the great triumphal Roman-style arch celebrating Emperor Napoleon's victories, at one end. But these locations 81 years ago were witness to a tank battle during the liberation of Paris, a duel between one of Germany's best tanks and US armoured vehicles being used by the Free French forces. It's a miracle that more serious damage wasn't inflicted on the monuments and buildings that tourists flock to Paris to see today. It is August 1944, and the liberation of Paris has begun. The French resistance has risen in the capital and is battling the few thousand German soldiers trapped in the city after the withdrawal from Normandy.
German snipers open up on the roof of Notre Dame.
Fighting towards the centre of the capital is the French 2nd Armoured Division under General Leclerc, a formidable and experienced unit equipped with American vehicles. Their target is the Hôtel Maurice, German headquarters, and the base for the German Commandant of Paris, General Dietrich von Choltitz. On the 24th of August, the final assault began. At 1 p.m., French Sherman tanks attacked down the famous Rue de Rivoli, past the Louvre Museum and the Tuileries Gardens. But the Germans still have some armoured forces waiting in defence, including 3 very capable Panther tanks. 2 of the Panthers are dominating the Tuileries Gardens, while a 3rd from the Panzerlehr Division, this unit shattered from the Battle of Normandy, sits on the Place de la Concorde, close to the obelisk marking the spot where the guillotine stood during the French Revolution. The Germans also have a few captured French Renault R-35 tanks from Panzer Company Paris deployed in the area, including one blocking the western end of the Rue de Rivoli. Advancing in the opposite direction from the Sherman tanks are 4 M10 Wolverine tank destroyers, the French Regiment Blindé de Fusiliers Marins, crewed by Free French sailors. The tank destroyers advance on the Arc de Triomphe. Tank destroyer Sirocco destroys a German truck before arriving at the arch. Suddenly, a large shell impacts close to the tank destroyers Sirocco and Simoon. A second shell misses Simoon. The crews frantically scan the Champs-Élysées until the Panther sitting on the Place de la Concorde comes into focus. The German tank fires again, hitting the Arc de Triomphe. The commander of Simoon orders his gunner to set his sights at 1,500 meters, but the gunners are Parisian and knows that the length of the Champs-Élysées is 1,800 meters and adjusts accordingly. The M10 fires twice, hitting the Panther, knocking off one of its tracks and leaving it immobile. While this action is being fought, French Shermans begin to emerge near the Place de la Concorde. The leading tank, Dourmont, is commanded by Sergeant Marcel Bizien. He takes out a Renault R-35 on the Rue de Rivoli with a shot to the rear. He then drives into the Place de la Concorde. The Panther tank, distracted by the duel with the M10s from the Arc de Triomphe, suddenly spots the Sherman. Its turret begins to wind round to deal with this new threat. Sergeant Bizien opens fire, but his shell bounces harmlessly off the Panther's armour. Thinking fast, he orders a white phosphorus shell fired and orders his driver to ram the Panther at full speed. The Panther is enveloped in white smoke seconds before the Sherman smashes into it. Bizien, pistol in hand, jumps down from the turret to take the Germans prisoner, but in the confusion the German crew have fled on foot. Bizien is then cut down by a burst of fire from nearby buildings and mortally wounded. The other French tanks advance into the Tuileries Gardens and engage the 2 other Panthers. In the ensuing battle, 4 French Shermans are knocked out, but both of the Panthers are also destroyed. The liberation of the city centre is complete.
Already the flow of enemy prisoners was running into the thousands. But German treachery knows no end.
And the last Germans surrender shortly afterwards, and Paris is once more free. Many thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share, and also visit my audiobook channel, War Stories with Mark Felton. You can also help to support both of my channels at PayPal and Patreon, details in the description box below.